Hey guys, I'm ChezPride and welcome back to another video on my channel, and today we are back in Paramaker in the game at PARALIVES creating some more paras. And today I am coming back with my second random genetics challenge. Now for me, I recorded that video like an hour and a half ago and it got me really excited, so I wanted to do it again. Now I probably will wait a little bit to post this video, so it's probably been a little bit longer for y'all since I have done that video. When I did that video, the parents turned out very interesting. Like, the kids were cute. Like, I feel like the kids turned out really decent compared to the parents, but I was curious if I could get the parents to look any better the second time. And the first time I did the random genetics challenge, I went a little extreme. If you know me, I've done a ton of random genetics challenges in The Sims 4 over the years, like too many to count. But I wanted to do it full stretch when I was doing it for the first time. So we didn't only have one child, we actually had two children we had to give makeovers to after we randomized. And I did one male, one female. And normally the way this challenge works is you're supposed to do one child. Also, when I was randomizing the parents, like, I was doing all sorts of extra stuff I normally don't do, like tattoos and body marks and all that. So I feel like this time maybe I could just go back a little bit into the normal way I would normally do a random genetics challenge, but instead of course being in The Sims 4, it's gonna be in PARALIVES. And of course there is a few more things you can randomize in PARALIVES, and you know, the paras have heights, and there's a bunch of like little things that are different from the Sims 4 version, but it's basically the same concept. And if you've never heard of a random genetics challenge, basically all it is you take a male character and a female character in a game where you can randomize literally everything about the character. So Sims 4 and PARALIVES is great for this. And you literally take the base, you'll randomize it 3 times to find a base to start with, and then you will randomize body, and then you will randomize the face overall, and then you do the skin color, then you do the face details, then you do the hair, then you do the outfits, then you do the personality, then you do the name, and all of this is stuff you are just randomizing. You do not get to choose it, and whatever randomizes at the end is what you're stuck with. And you do that for a male and a female, and then you use the crate from genetics and you create a baby from the 2 parents. You could choose male or female, it doesn't really matter. If you want to do both, you can. That's what I did in my last video, but typically people only do one child. And then you press randomize 3 times just like you did for all the other stuff you randomized, and then you accept them, you watch them grow up, so you really age them up stage by stage to see what they look like until they reach a young adult, and then you give them the best makeover you can without changing anything you can't change without doing plastic surgery. So basically you can't change like the face structure, you can't change the body type, you can't change, you know, your ears, you can't change your skin tone, but things you can change are things you can change just like quickly. So like you can change your hair color, you can wax your eyebrows, you can put contacts in, you can do your makeup, you can change whatever outfit you want on the child once they're a young adult. But you have to completely randomize the parents and then use the parents' genetics and make whatever genetics their child comes out with work and make it look good in your opinion. So that is pretty much the concept. Like I said, I've already done one of these in PARALIVES and I've done so many in The Sims 4, so if you like this kind of content, make sure to stick around. But this time is going to be the opposite of what I did last time, because last time when I came in to set up, which these videos take very little setup, I literally just have to load in a male and a female para, but when I came in to do it last time, the female para came up first, and this time the male came up first. So we're gonna do the male first and then the female, and then we will randomize their child. I still actually haven't decided if I want to do a male or a female, so we'll see what happens when we get to that point. But let's go ahead and start out with these parents. So So as cute as these paras that randomly generated are, we are about to completely change them and then strip them to just a base of a character. So let's go ahead and randomize 3 times for the male. So 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so we got a decently tall man. Hold on, I want to see what the actual precise height is. 5'9". I mean, I feel like that's a pretty decent tall sized male. So this is going to be the base we start out with. Let's go ahead and take off the hair, the makeup. We take off the clothes, and then we will go ahead and start randomizing. So the order I do this in is a little weird, but bear with me because there is a logic behind it. So first, we're going to randomize the body preset. So we're going to randomize this 3 times, and there are masculine and feminine frames on here, and they do tend to switch their gender when you do the body preset. So if it switches to a female, I'm just going to randomize at least one more time until it gets back to a male. So 1, 2, 3. It landed on male. The other 2 were females, but it landed on male. And it's a pretty average, somewhat muscular body. But now we will come back to the skin tone, but we're going to go ahead and do the face preset first, because the face preset changes the skin tone, but then you have to change the skin tone again. So it's kind of pointless to do the skin tone until after you do the face. So let's go ahead and change the face. I'm going to zoom out so you can see a little bit better. So 1, 2, and 3. Okay, actually that's a cute face to start out with. And then we're going to go back to body, and we are going to go ahead and randomize the skin color. So 1, did it even change? It clicked. I heard the noise, but it literally didn't change. 2, 3. Oh, okay. This is the first time I've used the skin tones, so this should be interesting. But let's go ahead and go with that. And for the males, I do tend to do randomized body hair. So I'm just going to use the category that has all the body hair and just randomize it. So 1, 2, 3. And looks like we got some little bit of chest hair. Not a lot, but a little bit of chest hair. And now let's go ahead and jump back to the face, and we are going to start randomizing the actual face. So with paras, I just kind of go straight down the line here. So let's go ahead and start with the eye preset. So this will determine the shape of the eye. So 1, 2, 3. Wait, that's actually really cute. And now we gotta do the eye color. So 1, 2, 3. Pretty, very pretty. Okay, I'm already liking this one better than the other parent so far. So let's go ahead and do the eyelashes. So this will randomize the shape and the color. So 1, 2, and 3. Long, pretty brown eyelashes, which will be interesting if we don't have brown hair. But let's go ahead and go to the nose next. So we will do the preset and then we'll do the details. So the preset, 1, 2, 3. Oh, we got a very crow-like nose. But let's see what the bridge is, because the bridge could make or break this. So 1, 2, 3. Ooh, we're getting Vladdy Daddy nose here. All right, and nose tip. This could help. So 1, 2, 3. Apparently this is just going to look like a bird. This pair is going to look slightly like a bird. But from the front, it doesn't look that bad. It's just from the side, it's like, oh, hello, you're a bird. This is fine. All right, let's do the mouth preset. So we have the lip shape. So 1, 2, 3. Ooh, they look like they're very upset about something. And then the teeth. So 1, 2, 3. All right, we got some kind of messed up teeth, but you know, we can't all afford great dental. And then let's go ahead, and I wish they would make more ear presets that don't look like monkey ears. I feel like 3 out of 4 of them look like monkey ears, and there's just not that many. So I'm hoping they're going to be adding some more. Like when you randomize pairs, their ears aren't that bad, but when you randomize the preset, they're kind of bad. So let's randomize the ears. 1, 2, 3. See what I'm talking about? It's just the monkey ears. It's just monkey ears, and we're honestly getting Dobby vibes at this point. Like, if the ears were just a little bit more pointy. Okay, anyways, let's go ahead and do the forehead shape. So 1, 2, 3. A wrinkled forehead. Oh god, this is turning into Dobby. Okay, well, it started cute. I shouldn't have said anything. Okay, let's do the jaw. 1, 2, 3. Okay, the longness helps it not look quite as much like Dobby. Let's do the chin. 1, 2, 3. Dimple chin. Not my favorite. And cheeks. 1, 2, 3. Okay, but tell me this isn't a mix of like Dobby and Smeagol. Smeagol? Is that how you say it? I'm sorry if I said that wrong. Maybe if we do some facial hair, that would help. So let's go ahead and randomize the facial hair. So 1, 2, 3. You know what? I don't know how, but that somehow slightly helped. And I don't think we're going to do any face skin details. In the last video, I did the skin details on the female, but I think I'm just not going to do that normally because I don't really normally do that in Sims either. So with that, we can go ahead and jump to the haircut. So first we're going to do the haircut and then we'll do the hair color. So 1, 2, wait, why did it take off my hair? Like my facial hair. Wait, what? Okay, hold on. 3. Okay, so that is our hair, but can we put our facial hair back? Like, excuse me? It was that one, right? Or was it that one? No, that is so weird. And also, did I not do the eyebrows? I don't think I actually did the eyebrows because I was so excited about the lashes. Eyebrows, 1, 2, 3. Actually, you know what? The eyebrows kind of help. Okay, sorry, I just realized I hadn't done the eyebrows. I'm so stupid, you guys. We have the hair. I don't know why it took off the facial hair when I randomized the preset, but whatever. And then, or is the hair? Yeah, because it's not with the facial hair isn't with the hair, so it wouldn't make sense. I don't know, that's weird. But let's go ahead and randomize the color. I like the color it is now, but you know, we gotta do what we gotta do. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, blonde. Blonde is not bad. It makes the eyelashes make a little bit more sense, honestly. So I'm not mad about that. And honestly, I feel like this guy would have a tattoo. I know I said I wasn't going to do any extra stuff, but he just seems like he was like in the military and he would have like a hidden tattoo or something. So what I did last time when I randomized the tattoo is I closed my eyes and I just chose a random category by going like this, and then I randomized the tattoo. So let's go ahead, close my eyes, and 1, 2, 3. Back tattoo. I love a good back tattoo. Alright, and then we will randomize the tattoo. So 1, 2, 3. Flowers. Pretty little flowers. But I am going to slightly readjust it just to make it fit ever so better. Maybe just slightly scale it down. Yeah, I feel like that's better. Okay, so we can have that be like that. There we go. We gave him a tattoo. I don't know if we'll give the wife a tattoo, but we at least gave him a tattoo. And now we can go ahead and put on his clothes because he's been naked for too long. So on the males, I tend to do a shirt, a pants, and a shoe, and then on the females I do a full body outfit and a shoe. So let's go ahead and randomize a top for him. So 1, 2, 3. Oh, I don't know, maybe he wasn't in the military. If he was in the military, he had to hide who he was until later on in his life. Alright, well, maybe that's how he ended up with a kid. He came out after he got married. I feel like now I have to make him non-binary. I feel like he just gives non-binary vibes. They are now a non-binary. Alright, let's give him a bottom. 1, 2, 3. Yep, we're going with non-binary. Had a child before they came out because of their military background. They had to pretend to be straight. The genetics are definitely better on this para than the last parent paras I had when I did the challenge, but the outfit is interesting, man. The outfit is interesting for the dad. Alright, let's see what shoe he decides to put with this fabulous outfit. So 1, 2, 3. Oh, the pink heels. This is great. I love this. Oh, okay. So this is our father. I feel like these parents are going to be separated. He's really fun, actually. Let's see what his personality is like. So we're going to randomize his personality. So 1, 2, 3. He is somewhat physical, somewhat smart, not too creative, and somewhat charismatic. I feel like that's like typical military vibes. He is a jester, so you just like to have a good time. He's good at making friends. He's good at cooking. He is a vegetarian. Sleep habits are normal and cleaning habits are neat. I feel like that all lines up with the storyline I'm making for him. And we're going to randomize his name. So let's start with the last name because this is going to be the last name for everyone. So let's randomize it 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Choi. And the first name, 1, 2, 3. Rex Choi. I kind of like that, honestly. I'm not mad about that. So this is Rex Choi. He is very interesting, but honestly, he's way cuter than the other dad we had, in my opinion. So I'm not mad about it. He kind of has a booty. I kind of love it. Okay. So this is our dad. And now let's go ahead and do the mama. Cause I'm kind of sad to get rid of her though. She is so cute. She's actually really cute. But we're gonna randomize the base 3 times. So 1, 2, and 3. Okay, hold on. I want to compare heights. He was 5'9" and she is, let's see, 5'8". So they're both really decently tall. Okay, so this is our base. Let's go ahead and strip her. So take off the dress. Oh, it's actually a skirt and a shirt. I was expecting it to be a dress. Okay, this is what we're starting with. So let's go ahead and start by randomizing the body. So 1, 2, 3 is a male. I'm gonna have to randomize again. 4. There we go. We have a curvy woman to start us out with. Let's see what face we start out with. So 1, 2, 3. You know what? I feel like that's a decent shape. Let's go back to body so we can do a skin color. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's not bad. And honestly, I feel like she would have freckles. I don't know why. I said I wasn't going to do skin details, but maybe since I did a tattoo on him, I could do skin details on her. I don't know. I'm not always going to do skin details, but I feel like some body freckles would be cute on her. So 1, 2, 3. She got the all over one, and then maybe we'll add some to her face too. So 1, 2, 3. She just has all over freckles. She's a freckle galley. Honestly, I think it looks good with her skin tone. So now that we've done the body, the skin tone, and the face preset, we can go ahead and do the face detail. So we're going to start with the eye shape. So I'll zoom out so you can see the eyes. So 1, 2, 3. You know what? Both of them have really decently shaped eyes. Hers are a little high up, but maybe when we randomize the eyebrow, that'll help. But let's see what color eye she gets. So 1, 2, 3. Ooh, okay. Imagine getting the Smeagol, like, Dobby face with these eyes. This could be a very evil looking child. But let's go ahead. We'll do the eyelashes. So let's see what we get. 1, 2, 3. Pretty long black eyelashes. Very gorgeous. Okay, let's see what we get for eyebrows. So wait, hold on. Go back. It has to match the root color. I don't know why it's not set to match the root color. Okay, anyway, eyebrows. 1, 2, 3. Ooh, skinny, like early 90s type eyebrows. Very interesting. And now we can do the nose. I haven't gotten any good noses while I've been randomizing like this. So let's see if we can do it first. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, you know what? If the bridge isn't horrible, this could be decent. So 1, 2, 3. Oh, the nose bridge is really good. Tip. 1, 2, 3. Okay, they're both going to give the child a really pointed tip for a nose, but her nose may save the genetics from his nose. I'm just saying. Let's see if we can get a decent pair of lips on hers, because I wasn't a fan of his lips. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, honestly, those are actually really good. These parents are turning out way better than the other ones. Let's give her some teeth. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, she obviously did not keep care of her teeth as a child, but this is fine. And then the monkey ears. I know we're gonna get she's too pretty for her not to. So 1, 2, 3. Yep, same ears as him, just a little bit smaller. Okay, let's do the forehead. 1, 2, 3. Decent forehead, jaw. 1, 2, 3. I was a bigger fan of the other one. Chin. 1, 2, 3. You know what? That actually makes the jawline better. Okay, and cheek. 1, 2, 3. Okay, I feel like she definitely looks way more average than then I feel like she looks quite a bit more normal. So we're not going to do the facial hair. We've already done beauty marks. So let's go ahead and randomize a hair. So let's randomize the hair type first. So 1, ooh, that's pretty. 2 and 3. Oh, you were so pretty. You were so pretty. I just feel like he's coming out as a female and she's coming out as a male. Like, I feel like maybe they had a child and then they both came out. Is that possible? Is that okay for me to make that the storyline? Can we make them both non-binary? It's kind of against the spirit of the challenge, but we did randomize a male body twice. What if I just, gave them top surgery? I know, I'm not supposed to do this. It's against the spirit of the challenge. But the story is that they had a child together and then they came out as trans. Both of them. So they're already in the middle of transitioning and they very much want to transition. That is the vibe that I'm getting. Like, maybe they've already transitioned and that made them realize that they also want to transition, so they just came out. Also, I'm noticing I cannot really see the facial hair, the blonde facial hair that well on the thumbnail. I don't know if that's just the lighting, but I can't see it well. Okay, sorry for breaking the rules a little bit, but you know what? I don't mind. We're gonna do this for the storyline. So let's go ahead and give them an outfit. Since they came out as trans, should I give them a full body outfit? Maybe I should give them a full body outfit. But maybe I should make it a rule it can't be a dress. Can I make that a rule? Like, if I randomized a dress, I just redo it. I think that's fair. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. Oh my god, I'm getting all dresses. I'm getting all dresses. Okay, here we go. We have like this pantsuit moment. It's like white and gold. I know I'm going out of the spirit of the challenge, but I don't feel like they would wear a dress. I just don't. And I didn't want to risk getting a skirt. We will do whatever shoe it gives us. So 1, 2, 3. His shoes, or their shoes match their eyes. This kid is going to have an interesting backstory when they grow up. So let's go ahead and give them a personality. So randomize 1, 2, 3. So they're not very physically active. No shit. They're kind of stupid. Like, they're not the smartest, but they're very creative and they're decent, charismatic. Honestly, I feel like that makes sense. They're also energetic. They're good at being alone and they're into music. They are also vegetarian, normal sleeping habits, and neat. These two would make really good co-parents. That's all I have to say. So let's go ahead and give them a name. Honestly, I feel like since they're co-parents, he should have a different last name. So we'll do the last name first. So 1, 2, 3. Ya. We have Choi and Ya. Love that. Alright, and let's randomize the first name. 1, 2, 3. Okay, sorry I randomized it 2 extra times, but I was trying to find a name that was gender neutral, and I think Scooter is a good gender neutral name. So I randomized it 2 extra times. I am going a little against the rules. Maybe I should do a 3rd random genetic challenge where I try not to break any rules. I don't know. But we're not going to do it tonight because this is already my 2nd one tonight. So we have Scooter Ya as our quote mom that's turning into our dad. And then we have Rex Choi as our dad turning into our mom. So let's see what these two together make as a baby. And you know what? I just feel like they would have a boy. I was leaning towards girl at first, but I think with how they present, they would definitely have a boy. Okay, so let's randomize 3 times and see what we get. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we have blonde hair, green eyes. We have Rex's skin. Definitely some big ears, but that just kind of comes with this game. All right, so let's select them, and we can't heavily base what we're going to make them look like clothing wise based off what they choose growing up, because some of the outfits can be crazy, but I do like to look at the face change and the different hairstyles they go through. So this is our child as a baby. Now we have a toddler. The toddler stage always looks so cute. I don't know what it is, but it always looks cute, and I love they're wearing a dog outfit. That's great. All right, we have them as a child. They definitely look like, honestly, they kind of look non-binary, like their parents. I mean, their parents are trans, so it would make sense if they just came out as non-binary as a teenager. Let's see, preteen, they look the same. Children, the preteens pretty much always look the same. I love that they got the freckles. That's adorable. And teenager. Okay. Hold on, let me see them as a child again. Yeah, maybe, I feel like not going off the clothes. Maybe they got bullied at school for being non-binary, so they went back into the closet. Maybe that's why they had the sporty look going on. You know, they already got made fun of for having trans parents. Maybe the parents came out when he was like a toddler, so he's very non-binary as a child. Then he went to school and realized, oh, that's not the normal. So he dressed very athletic, but then we come out as an adult as non-binary and go back to a more androgynous look. I feel like that's the vibe we should do. So let's go ahead and get these clothes off, and like I said, we can go ahead and customize this para however we want, as long as we don't change anything that would have to be changed with surgery. First, I feel like we should go ahead and give a personality and a name. So let's go ahead and randomize 1, 2, 3. So they are pretty good at sports, which makes sense from their childhood when they're trying to be sporty to look straight or more masculine. And then they're not the brightest, they're not very creative. None of these pairs are very creative, but they are really charismatic, which also lines up with the story. Also, being a jester lines up with the story. You know, maybe because he was bullied at some point, he learned how to be alone, so that's where he gets that from. And music obviously being his therapy. Both his parents are vegetarians, so it makes sense he's vegetarian. And night owl and neat, but again, both his parents are neat, so it makes sense. This is our base. Honestly, I feel like they would just hyphenate their name, so it's gonna be Choya. I kind of love that. Okay, Choya, let's see what your name is. 1, 2, 3. Daniel. Okay, you know what? Maybe we can shorten that to Danny. Maybe they were Daniel at birth, and now that they're non-binary, they're going by Danny because that's more gender neutral. So first thing I want to do is grow out their hair a little bit. I don't want to give them like super long hair, honestly. This is the one I was thinking about. And honestly, I kind of love the fact they have black hair and green eyes with freckles. I think that's really cute. Their face actually turned out really cute genetics-wise. And honestly, this hair kind of helps the ears. So maybe we can go with that. I don't know what style to go for them. I feel like slightly feminine, but also just like not like fully feminine. Like I kind of want it to be like non-binary completely. Ooh, the hoodie is kind of in trans color, and both his parents are trans. I don't hate that kind of like representation. And he wore a dog costume as a child, so I think he's an animal lover, so the cat costume makes sense. I don't know, I kind of like this. Maybe we can go with some less loud pants though. So do we want to do tight pants, or do we want to do more loose fitting pants? Tealy color, like a little bit on the lighter side of that, but still kind of darker. Like, I want to do a little bit more blue. Yeah, I feel like that's a decent match. So could do it like that. Let's see what kind of shoes we want. Could possibly rock a croc moment. I feel like that's cute. Maybe they can have like their nails painted. Maybe we can bring out more white with the nails. I've been doing white nails a lot. Which one's shorter, these or these? Actually, these look shorter now that I'm looking at them. Okay, we'll go with those. So I feel like you just have short they would have short nails. And then let's see. I definitely feel like they would have some kind of earrings. They're kind of cute, and we could do them in the silver. And maybe a spectrum piercing. I don't know. I feel like that's cute. We could do it in the silver to match the earrings. I don't know. I feel like that's decent for a non-binary person, trans parents. And like I said, I only did the everyday wear outfit on the parents, but I feel like I'm going to go ahead and, like I did last video, do the the full outfits on this one. So let's see, for formal, maybe we could do like a nice little blouse moment. This is also kind of formal looking. We could match this with like a nice skirt, this skirt, or even this skirt. I like this skirt in the white. Let's see, what kind of shoe would they wear? I don't know, the simple white shoe kind of works. They have socks on? Yeah, they do have socks on. Let's make them the high socks. And then maybe we can have a necklace in this outfit. This, maybe just like a simple chain. I feel like this is decent. Alright, so we have this outfit and then this outfit, and then their athletic wear. Let's take off their necklace and let's go ahead. And I don't hate this outfit because it does give the non-binary like binder vibes. Maybe we do it blue instead, or we can even do it in the more tealy color and we can make it fade to more of a blue color. And then I think the actual jacket, we can change the jacket to, hey, why did it change the undershirt? Excuse you, I was going with that one. Change the jacket color itself. Maybe a white jacket with like blue sleeves. And those blue sleeves, I was trying to make a slightly lighter blue. I got distracted that the undershirt changed. But like that kind of blue, I feel like matches pretty decent. And then we could get some pants. I don't know if I want to do sweats or full body. Ooh, honestly, the tight pants kind of work though. Can we flip the colors though? It's kind of like an ombre back and forth. That's a little better. And then they would totally have a white sneaker. I see them having a white sneaker. I don't even think it would be a Converse moment. I feel like they would just have like a traditional white sneaker. Maybe something along these lines. That's pretty cute. Peekaboo sock. I feel like that's decent. Finally, their sleepwear. And honestly, does this have the option to have no shirt under it? So you have to have a shirt under it. I just kind of want like an open shirt. But maybe instead then we could do like a long shirt, some kind of pants with it. I'm almost thinking, well, nope, these don't show. Do we have any shorts that show? I guess there's these. We could do these in white. That kind of works. And then maybe they would have, I don't know if they would have slippers. I could see them having some kind of like sandal, like just like sandals they walk around the house in, and that could work. So that, I think, completes our non-binary child. And to answer the question of my experiment, I feel like the parents do look better than the other parents. I feel like the genetics turned out better. And the child turned out cute. They got all the really nice, cute genetics from both parents. So I'm happy with how they turned out. But every para I have randomized has been a little off. Like, the randomization, I definitely felt like when I went into making my first random genetics challenge video for PARALIVES, that the parents were going to look better. And I think it's about the same. I think the craziness is about the same, but it looks more detailed because of the type of artwork it is. So that's interesting. But so far, I've really liked all the children that we've had. Even though the genetics and the parents have been interesting, all of the kids have came out cute so far. So with that being said, let's do a little recap here. So this is our military dad who's turning into our mom. They just came out as trans, so they're basically just a cross-dresser at this point who's saving up the money to transition, and their name is Rex Choi, and they are co-parenting with the mom who's turning into the dad. So this is Scooter Ya, and they've had top surgery but not bottom surgery, and this is what they wear. And as far as the parents' personalities, Rex is good at physical and mind and charisma, but not so creative. And mom is not so good at physical, not that smart, but very creative and somewhat charismatic. And then we have their non-binary child who realized they were non-binary at a young age, was bullied for that and having trans parents because they came out when he was a child. And then when they grew up, they realized, you know what, screw the world, I'm non-binary. My parents can be trans, trans, I can be non-binary. And they very much support the trans colors in their wear. So this is Danny Choya, and they're somewhat physical. They're not the brightest, but not the stupidest. They're not that creative, and they're very charismatic. They're jester, they're good being alone, and they're a music lover. And this is them up close. You definitely got the freckles and the cute parts of the parent's face. And then this is their everyday, their formal, their athletic, and their sleepwear. So I tried to go for the androgynous look, but y'all can tell me how I did. Honestly, I think their face turned out really cute. And this is the first time I'm actually using this hair too. I think it works really well with their ears. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna end this one here. Expect a lot more random genetic challenges, not only in Paralyzed, but also in Sims 4. I've been doing Sims 4 ones for years, but I'm really having fun in Paralyzed, so I'm probably gonna go back soon. Sims as well, just to see what it's like in Sims compared to Paralyzed now that I've done it at least twice in Paralyzed now. I may do it a third time before I do it in Sims again. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this one. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, and do all that awesome stuff because you guys are awesome people. I'll see you next time. Alright, bye!